Hi everyone, I'm Jay, and today I want to talk about words. In this video, I will say a few words about creativity and rhetorical techniques. Then we'll talk about the difference between writing and speaking. And finally, I'll close with some parting thoughts. First, creativity. We're nearing the end of the semester, so if you haven't already, it is time to let your inner poet out. We want our speeches to have a little extra sparkle. To use an analogy from television, our speeches don't always have to air on C-SPAN too. Sometimes they can run on Comedy Central. The textbook reading discusses various techniques poets use to spice up their writing. The text calls them rhetorical techniques. We're talking about metaphors, similes, and other figures of speech. The basic list of techniques that we've learned about in school since we were very young include assonance, alliteration, antithesis, parallelism, anaphora, hyperbole, and irony. These are essential to create audience engagement. I hope that you not only know them and study them, but also use them. I'll be looking for these to pop up in your speeches like Easter eggs. Please give this particular part of the textbook special attention in your reading, and practice what it preaches. Alright, next let's talk about speaking versus writing. Papers and public speaking outlines are fundamentally different things. It's the difference between writing for the ear and writing for the eye. One major difference is the use of repetition. When writing, you're encouraged to avoid repetition. You only need to state something once, and if the reader forgets it, they can go back and read it again. But when you're giving a speech, repetition becomes crucial, because the audience does not have a script to refer back to. That's why we emphasize repetition. Tell them what you're going to say, elaborating in the body, and then reiterating in the conclusion. This way, even if someone misses a point, they'll hear it again. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Also note, in general, speaking allows for a more colloquial and conversational tone than writing. You don't have to be as meticulously correct with grammar and usage in a speech as you would in a formal paper. These differences are important to remember when crafting your speeches. Even though your speech drafts are written, avoid treating your speech exactly like a paper. Now it's time for parting thoughts. In my view, we can divide the study of speech making up into three parts: delivery, content, and language. Delivery is the physical part of speech making, verbal and nonverbal. The content is the stuff you talk about, the sources, the supporting material, but language is what brings it all together. The speaker, through their delivery, conveys the content, through words. As we have learned throughout this class, public speaking is a world of creativity. The speaker has choices to make about how to deliver the speech. They have choices about the content, what to include, and what to leave out. And, though it is often overlooked, the speaker gets to make choices not just about what to say, but also about how to say it. You might as well have fun with it. Okay, today we've talked about creativity and rhetorical devices, writing versus speaking, and parting thoughts about speech making. That's all for now. Thanks for listening, and happy speaking.